So as the NBA as a whole, the league is going through a stylistic transition where they're setting up the game for an international appeal, while at the same time it's going to satisfy streaming. We slowly started to see the game evolve in a way where it's getting a little bit too repetitive, and certain player archetypes have been forced to fit into a box. And that right there has taken away a lot of the beauty of the game. With the rise of analytics and just multiple industries, not just the NBA, are doing the data crunching on what has already worked and how can it be maximized. But when it comes to the NBA, it is an entertainment product, and it does touch through many cultures and different sets of people. Now, one coach as of late, Steve Kerr, even though he's well accomplished, the style he has his team playing does need an update, as the league right now is transitioning past the small ball era. And in this segment, we're going to hear from Jason Tatum as he finally responds on how he truly felt about not being played on the Olympic team. And in part 2 of this segment, we're going to correlate it to the Jonathan Kuminga situation, as Steve Kerr basically has him in the doghouse, even though it's very apparent that he does have a set of skills that can truly help his team. Steve Kerr has a generational talent in Stephen Curry. It leaves all of us to wonder, how will his coaching style be when Stephen Curry's no longer there? Keep in mind, he was one of the architects who orchestrated that team down in Phoenix with Steve Nash and Mike D'Antoni. So, can he truly adapt as the league is ever changing? Jason Tatum right here gives great insight to how he truly felt after winning not only the NBA Finals, but also having a hell of a season, first team All-NBA, the only American that made that first All-Team NBA, and also him earning the highest contract ever signed by an NBA player at the time. Steve Kerr in those Olympics was juggling a lot of politics, with Joel Embiid kind of having to start even though he was injured, and also LeBron James, even though him being listed as a forward, he played in the guard position. I gotta shoot Steve Kerr some bail on that. Ryan Clark sat down with Jason Tatum, and I love the way he framed the question before he asked Tatum about what happened in the Olympics. Even though Ryan Clark sometimes he does a little bit too much pandering, he does have a great skill set in wheeling the audience in with his questioning. It's the way he crafted and sort of framed Jason Tatum in a certain position before he got his answer. But you guys check it out, and every once in a while, I'll check in.
I've never been one of the best at anything in the world, right? And so, in football, it was always easy for me to find my spot. And like every good thing that happened was, in Louisiana, we call it lanyard, which means extra. It was extra for me. Like I made the Pro Bowl. I was like, damn, people voted for me. It was something on top of that. Like I was voted captain. I was like, damn, like my teammates respect me in this way. I was undrafted, I was cut. So it was just all this work. And if something didn't go my way, it never affected me because I was like, so much hasn't gone my way, right? I was like, I get this. Like, I understand what this is. Your life hasn't been like that. Like you said, throughout high school, always rated as a top 3 player, right? You were an early lottery pick. And then, I watched a little bit of this through the through the Olympics show and then starting 5 with Halliburton. The experience of being on an Olympic team, and truly this year's Olympic team, that the 3 biggest stars of this generation were on that team. And Steve Kerr says to you guys before you even go, hey man, playing time is going to be difficult, right? We're going to have to figure it out. On those days you don't play as much as you want to, or throughout the whole experience, what did you take from that as a lesson moving forward?
To be honest, that was tough because this is my second time in the Olympics, and we went in 2020, 2021, we was in Tokyo, and my experience was totally different. Like, I was the second leading scorer behind KD, and we beat France. We ended up winning a gold medal. In 2024, I was first team All-NBA, came off a championship. I was on the cover of 2K. Like, I was as high as, like, I was on top of the world. I just signed the largest contract in NBA history. So I was riding this cloud, and then I get to the Olympics and it didn't go, how I wanted it. We still won, and I built some relationships and I gained some great memories from it. But the toughest part was like, everybody was like, yo, like, I can't wait till you play the Warriors. I know you're gonna like try to kill them, like when you see Steve Kerr again. And it was like, yeah, but how about, like, how am I feeling right now? Like, was going to happen in the future. Like, so I felt like people didn't take into account like how I was like trying to process that in real time, because it was, I couldn't process it. I couldn't understand. I'm like, you know, being first team All-NBA was, I mean, it's me and 4 other guys in the world. And at that time, the 4 other guys was all European. So it was like I was the only American. And then you get to the Olympics and it's like, I didn't play in 2 of the games. It was hard to process. And that was the toughest part. Like, everybody worried about, can't wait till you play Steve Kerr and the Warriors. Like, no, like, you got worry about how I'm feeling right now. Like, I'm trying, like, that was the toughest part.
Hey, Steve Kerr, you building up quite a resume out there. You had your man Stephen Curry, and you sort of had to juggle just running the system around him and also pleasing not only the egos of certain players that wanted minutes like Joel Embiid and LeBron, but also their sponsors. Nike has a very large say-so when it comes to the Olympics because they do spend the most money as a sponsor. It's actually written down within the policy that they do have a lot of say-so on certain things. And we also got to wonder, how did Jaylen Brown feel? Because he signed for one of the largest contracts, I believe, the year before. And he won Eastern Conference Finals MVP as well as the NBA Finals MVP, and he wasn't even considered. But again, the player archetype of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, it doesn't necessarily mesh with the way Steve Kerr and his style of coaching. Jonathan Kuminga, you could make the argument, if he improves on his decision making and his shooting ability at his most peak level, he could hope to max out as the same player archetype as Tatum or Jaylen Brown.
You got worry about how I'm feeling right now. Like, I'm trying, like, that was the toughest part.
Bruh, and to that point, because everybody knew it, did not DNPs of an All-NBA player, you can't go sit down with Steve Kerr and ask him, bruh, put me on the court, Cole.
I always bring it back, like, my mom did such a good job of raising me that, like, I always, like, keep it cool. I'm not gonna rock the boat. I'm always gonna be a professional. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna do, you know, because we here to win a gold medal, right? If we come up short, and all this shit was for nothing. We wasted our summer. So, you know, I still was able to like keep that, even though I could disagree, or me and the coach not seeing eye to eye, or, you know, I'm keeping my distance. I still had the wherewithal of like, you know, let's just, you know, when I get in, I'm gonna do what I can with the time that, you know, they give me, and, you know, we still gonna find a way to win.
That right there might have been a hard learning lesson for Tatum, because there is a lot of politics with guys even accepting those invites. Once again, Joel Embiid, he looks like he put a stipulation in order for him to be there. Allegedly, he was injured, but yet he still started. The same thing would apply for LeBron James. Even though he was listed as a forward, he was playing the whole game at the guard spot. And that's with Stephen Curry and Devin Booker on the floor. Anthony Davis at the time was perhaps Team USA's best big man, especially playing in that Euro style, and he came off the bench. So LeBron being listed in the starting lineup as a forward, but yet playing at the guard, it actually made that forward position very crowded. They had to find minutes for Bam Adebayo, Jason Tatum, and Anthony Davis. And out of those 3 players I just named, only 2 of those guys could actually provide Team USA for the rim protection that they needed.
I have this conversation with my wife oftentimes because we're in a place where society is so ugly.
Yeah.
And people are so selfish. And she asked me, she's like, did we do our children a disservice by telling them to be polite and telling them to be mannerable, telling them to be compassionate and consider others, to be unselfish? Because you live in this world where people are like that. You know, the term, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. Like, it's a very real thing.
It is. Right?
Where people go and complain and say, I want this and I want that, and they are rewarded for that. And then the person who's showing up every day, doing the right things, but saying to themselves, I don't want to rock the boat, they never get out of the situation because people aren't even paying attention to them. They're like, oh, they are good with what's happening. And so I can see you being all of those things, and part of all of those accomplishments, first team All-NBA, is also the way you carry yourself as well, by being a leader. And so the difficulty being like, yeah, man, like I really want to play, but like the 3 dudes getting all the minutes could be Hall of Famers right now.
Ryan Clark, in a way, very subtly is saying that they kind of knew your personality type, that you wouldn't rock the boat, and they sort of leveraged that in a way.
You know,
I'm not saying
tough.
be disrespectful, RC.
No,
Just
but
lean up and be like, Coach.
Yeah, but it's tough though when
Coach, I'm ready, Coach.
It's hard though when you're raised. Like I get what he's saying. Like he was raised to not be that. We've all watched him hoop. We understand that, but it's also like the difficulty for him is, do you become that guy on this stage? This is not Boston Celtics, where this is the team that's paying him the max contract and he gets to go say I volunteered my time along with these folks to go do this for one reason and one reason only.
So
that's
even
hard.
more on top of all of that is why he should have been freaking playing.
Because he volunteered
on top of now he's nice, but he should have still been playing.
6 men on the court. I'd have just walked out there. I'd have just walked out there, Coach.
So you had no.
See that attitude that Channing Crowder right there displayed? Jason Tatum probably went through a hard learning lesson of just making sure that the politics is right, with them just respecting his time. And it's a very delicate balance, as the players sometimes don't want to be perceived as hard to work with. And this is where I land on Jonathan Kuminga, because right now he's going through the same struggle with Steve Kerr, and also avoiding that label just being hard to work with. He got a lot of backing from his teammates, Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler, on his professionalism. Even Draymond Green, to a degree, had to acknowledge that he might not be as professional if he was in his circumstance. But again, Steve Kerr's coaching style is being asked to come up to the podium. We got to reevaluate this. Now that good old Jimmy boy is out with that ACL injury, Draymond Green is going through a couple of back issues. You got to wonder if Steve Kerr could find a way to use Kuminga, especially the guy's in a contract year, so you know he wants to perform. Just like Jason Tatum, everyone can see that he has the ability to be useful even if he's not scoring. The athleticism that he has could be used on the defensive end. But as the trade deadline approaches and Kuminga's about to hit unrestricted free agency at the end of the season, why hasn't Steve Kerr and the Warriors put him in a position where he could either show his value so they could trade him away, or they could see if he's going to be part of their future? Former NBA players Theo Pinson, Raymond Felton, and their crew spoke on it. And there's a growing frustration among the players. This is a complete different media landscape. There will be players coming out of the woodworks and providing a lot of backup on the PR side of things. You guys check it out, and every once in a while, I'll check in.
I'll let it go. I'll let it go down. Leave a voicemail. Fuck you. Don't ever call. I'm blocking you right now. Don't call me again.
It's a privilege. I'm giving you the other side. I'm giving you the other side.
I'm gonna give you this side. Fuck you.
That's the bad side, Theo.
It's not the bad side. Fuck you.
That's not the professional side. I'm
gonna be professional and go somewhere else.
It's a privilege to be in the NBA. You're still getting paid to do a job.
Give me my bread.
Yes, y'all ain't want to fuck with me, but guess what? If I'm, this is me.
Yeah.
If I'm Jonathan Kuminga, I'm like, oh, y'all gonna let me rock out? You know what? Now I'm gonna show the world why
I've done that
you
before.
look crazy and not playing me.
That is why we speak of Jonathan Kuminga at this light right now, because we've seen this before. You are fucking with this man.
Yeah, he is.
You are messing with this man.
I can't
You
even
messed
say
up
nothing.
you literally messed up his trade stock. You messed up his reputation and everything. And now you want me to come save the day for your ass? Fuck you, dog.
Damn, Theo. Damn, Theo. Tell them how you feel. See, once again, a lot of these guys, they're talking from personal experience. They've seen all this shit before. This is a complete different media landscape. A lot of these coaches no longer have the protection of just media members who were never really part of the game to begin with. So the players could easily spot the bullshit. And Steve Kerr has been on some bullshit for quite some time now. We've seen 2 lottery picks not necessarily work out, and the Jason Tatum Olympics situation is only the icing on the cake.
He has every right to say that.
You
and to
have
feel that
every
way.
right to say that. I
feel that
still
way.
demand a trade. I don't want to be here. I don't like you. You don't like me. Don't act like you like me now. Do not act like you like me now.
If I had an interview, if I'm Jonathan Kuminga,
Go ahead.
if I'm Jonathan Kuminga and I had an interview and they say, how do you feel about this new situation? How you feel about now, I'm a reporter. How you feel about this new situation? How you feel about now you're going to get significant minutes to play for this team?
Well, it's unfortunate.
My answer is
Go ahead.
Jimmy is my OG. I'm Jonathan Kuminga. Jimmy is my OG. I hate that he got hurt. This hurts the team. I'm here to do my job. I'm here to be professional. I'm here to help this team as long as I'm here. Whatever they need me to do.
And that only helps Jonathan Kuminga. But in the back end, he can be like, yo, get me the fuck out of here. I ain't fucking with you.
No, but
I'm going to tell the
and I'm gonna say that, but I'm
media
also, but I'm also going to let this be known too that I could have done this all year. I could have helped this team all year.
Okay.
Okay, Felton, we see you. You're on your Nas shit right now. Okay. Ether them motherfuckers, huh?
So, do I feel a way? Yes. 100%. I feel like young fella should get his feelings off. Like, I feel a way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to do whatever I got to do for my teammates. If they need me to go to war with them in this situation, I'm ready to go to war. But let's be honest here. They didn't want me. They don't want me. So I'm only here for my guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like that, Charlie. I'm here for my guys.
You flat
because
out,
you don't want to feel, you don't want your teammates, or you don't want another team that you're going to in the future, your teammates or that organization to feel like you ain't gonna be there for your guys. You ain't gonna be there for your teammates, because initially that's who you rocking with. That's who you're on the court going to war with. Now, as far as Steve Kerr and the front office, Mike Dunleavy, whoever else is over there, y'all don't fuck with me. Y'all showed that.
there will be no issue if you continue to play Kuminga through this whole time. Even if we knew Steve Kerr didn't like him, even if he got spot minutes, be like, all right, we need you more now. That's cool. But you're giving him DNPs when guys aren't even playing.
Yeah, that's fair. But you know how the league works. They're not going to fuck with him.
Listen,
Steve Kerr's going to stick to that.
this would be the most.
You would think that, but not with those Chase Center tickets. They're not going to put no shitty product out there on the floor with Stephen Curry. Make no mistake about that.
Listen,
Steve Kerr's going to stick to that.
this would be the most embarrassing, fucked up thing the Warriors could ever do, and I don't know if people even want to fuck with them if they do him like this.
Hey, Kevin Durant sent the first warning signal about the Warriors when he basically said that he's not going to rejoin when they try to pull that trigger on him last season. There's a lot of secrets in that building about the true feelings of that dynasty. Look at the way Klay Thompson left.
If you go back to trying to play him and act like you like him now, would be the most coward bullshit I've ever seen in my life.
Well, he already said it. He said he's ready.
That is crazy to me.
Am I lying? We just saw the interview. He said, they say, is he ready? Is he ready to play now? He said, yes, he's ready.
If
So
this
what,
man
he wasn't ready before?
He wasn't ready, but bro, that shit had
Talk
me
to me.
so-
He ain't had no injuries.
It's fucking
He
the
had
league,
no injuries.
Bro. It's the league. You know the politics of the league. The
Charlie, how
bullshit
you
that
can sit
comes
up there with
it.
how can Steve Kerr sit up there with a straight face
Straight
like
face,
that
bro.
and just be like, yes, he's ready now?
Come on, fellas. We seen Steve Kerr sit there with a straight face in the 2019 finals talking about KD just has a calf injury. None of this shit is new. Matter of fact, in that same 2019 finals, going up against Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors, he was seen at a dinner with Greg Popovich. And when they asked him about it, he made it seem like they were just catching up. So Steve Kerr, like any other NBA personnel, they're very PR savvy.
So Jimmy is going down like you don't know how much time he's going to miss. Is Kuminga going to be that guy? Is Kuminga ready now? Yes, he's ready. What? I'm Kuminga. I'm looking at the interview like, is he serious right now? Y'all just told me that I wasn't going to play no more.
Yes.
Y'all just told me I wasn't going to play
This is a
anymore.
difficult situation. It doesn't work for both sides.
Charlie,
It
they
hurts
said
us.
he wasn't going to play anymore.
That's fair.
No, he's fucked up. He doesn't deserve to put this nigga back on the court after you blatantly have shown I don't fuck with you. It does not matter. It does not work for our team. We can't play them at the same time. And I want you to come save the day. No, because at the end of the day, you're gonna use him to blackball him. If he goes out there and play bad, oh, this is why we didn't play him. If he plays well, he turned the corner because he's playing the right way. No, this nigga could have played like that the whole fucking time. We've seen it. It's not like we have not seen him play well. He's played for one team his whole career.
Now, Kuminga's decision-making is still questionable, and sometimes just his finishing around the rim may not really be where Steve Kerr wants it to be. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of talent that's there, and if Steve Kerr is a great coach that they say that he is, he should be able to find somewhere where Kuminga's talents could be better utilized.
We know how the league works. Kerr's not gonna fuck with him. He's not gonna put his
Let him go.
Ego aside. This is a fucking ego fucking business. They're gonna let him go, but now it might have expedited on this whole letting him go shit. Because if he lets him play and he does well, and let's say Golden State, Steve Kerr looks crazy.
He already look crazy.
So instead of him looking crazy, he has to stick with that same narrative. Well, I'm not gonna play him. Regardless of what we got, I'm not gonna play him.
My point exactly. Him doing that fucking interview yesterday and saying, yeah, we gotta look at it now. Now you gotta look at it?
Nah, that's bullshit, bro. He's just saying that.
So you believe he's not gonna play still?
I think he's not gonna play him.
I don't think you can.
He can't.
You cannot put Jonathan Kuminga on that basketball court.
Draymond is out and Jimmy is out, and you still don't play him? You still can't play him?
Oh, he gonna play him. When Stephen Curry starts looking crazy out there because he's all by himself, and all those fake Warrior fans that are right down there in San Francisco that really come out of Silicon Valley paying those crazy prices, people are going to start looking and reevaluating things. This ain't the days of the diehard Oakland fans who really created that atmosphere around the team.
Didn't do it before.
He didn't do it before.
When they were just out for rest and shit,
yeah,
he still didn't play him. Don't play me now.
So don't play him.
Do not fucking play me now to try to get my confidence back. My confidence is I want to beat your ass.
No, my confidence.
That's my confidence.
My confidence.
I am confident that I don't fucking like you.
My confidence is I want to go to another team.
I am very confident I don't want to be here and I don't like you.
But they can go up to him and say
what?
Yeah, you're playing tonight.
I mean,
what you gonna do? You don't have to play.
And I'm gonna go up to them. My hamstring tight.
That's tough. That's tough.
You want to fuck with me? I'm gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Damn, in a contract year? I don't know about that. I do not know about that. Kuminga is definitely in his golden years to just earn the most money that he can, because the NBA life is not really a guarantee for a long time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Man, yeah, I wish I had Kuminga on speed dial. Hey, listen, get the fuck out of there, bro. Let me be your agent. I will get you out of there. I will talk so much shit, but they'll let you go. They wouldn't want you there. That is bad business. I'm gonna put this out there again. I am very upset Jimmy got hurt. You do not want to see that, especially ACL. At this time of his career, you do not want to see that. The Warriors the organization is in a terrible place right now.
And it's kind of crazy to hear that, because this is the very same organization that said that they were so far ahead of everyone else. If the Warriors' former GM, Bob Myers, was still around, he would show KD more appreciation instead of making that joke about the Warriors being Steph's team during that championship parade. They've really been crawling back for the most part to get back into that same position that they were once in at the top of the Western Conference. Even Draymond Green had admitted out of his own mouth that the 2022 Warriors were not really a championship team. So throughout this season, we have seen small inklings coming from the Warriors themselves that this dynasty is basically over. Steve Kerr admitting that himself, the reach back to try to get Kevin Durant last season, and then he rejected. And also, this season, a lot of rumors surrounding sort of a reuniting of Klay Thompson.
The organization is in a terrible place right now. You look bad with this Kuminga situation. You put over $150 million into Jimmy Butler. Draymond Green's a free agent this year. And you got Stephen Curry and you're wasting greatness. The Warriors organization is so fucked right now. They have to move on. It is time to plan for the future.
I think, like Charlie said, what you do with Kuminga is for Kuminga, he has to really be careful with what he do right now.
Yeah, this is a very sensitive.
Yeah,
and a very telling moment for him
because they're looking. Every team is monitoring what's happening with him, and they really monitoring how he responds. So if he go out there and kills, his stock goes to the roof.
To the roof.
And I understand what you're saying, Theo.
But then he stays in a fucked up situation.
No.
Why would they get rid of him if he's
That's
cooking?
your agent's job now. It's your agent's job to do his job.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm wondering if his agent knows something about Steve Kerr's final year in Golden State. There's a lot of rumors that he'll be making his exits after this season. So who knows? Kuminga might already found a home.
I'm going to do what I got to do. Stay professional. Go out here and kill. Make them look fucking silly.
I'm going to say the right thing.
Make them look silly. And then my agent still going to get me the fuck up out of here. Like, yeah. You still got to do the right thing because you don't want to fuck up your future and your bread because he's so young. So I get what Charlie's saying.
If you play that game, my shit hurts, my back hurts.
They know you bullshitting.
They know you bullshitting.
How you hurt and you ain't been playing?
What's the message you're sending to the other team?
How you hurt and you ain't been playing?
29 other teams fucking looking. And you know what I mean? So
my point of view,
this is the whole point of being
everyone knows I think these other teams know they are fucking with him at this point.
Can they trade Curry?
I think you do.
Absolutely not.
I would say more than likely he's staying. There's a lot to his brand more than just winning. And that Golden State Warrior portion of it is very important. The same way when you think of Kobe, you think of the Lakers.
I think this is the scariest thing that could have ever happened to the Warriors.
Yeah.
They're fucked, bro.
Oh, they totally.
They are fucked. There's
talking about
no doubt in my mind. The level of competitiveness that is in Stephen Curry, that he is sitting there like, oh, fuck. We lost Jimmy? What else are we going to be able to get?
With the way the NBA has structured this new CBA, nothing. Them days is over. Maybe there's a Allen Houston provision that'll allow you to waive Jimmy Butler, or you would have to take the same steps the Milwaukee Bucks did with Damian Lillard and just swallow paying $20 million for a couple extra seasons.
They're already stranglehold right now. So now you got to hurt Jimmy Butler that's making, how much Jimmy making?
He don't got a, Ant Spence, he don't got a ring chase. He got 4. It's just all about how he wants to end his career.
How does he want to go out? If Steph wants to go out and just be a Warrior for life, then he can ride it out.
Then he's good.
But if Stephen Curry's in prime position to maybe win perhaps another championship and gets that 5, it's going to be a tough conversation of why he won more rings than LeBron in the same era.
No matter what happens.
He has said himself he wants to win. Steph puts too much work into this game to just go out there and not have a chance of winning a championship. This team has no chance of winning a championship. I think to keep Steph happy, you have to play him. I don't want him to play at all, bro. But fuck, you gotta play him because you need him to be great.
Mm-hmm.
You need Jonathan Kuminga to be Jonathan Kuminga.
Bro, they've been fucking with him all year, fam.
They've been fucking with him his whole career. It's like they don't know how to properly utilize him within Steve Kerr's system. And to be honest, they should have known that by year 3 and moved on. The real question is, why haven't they moved on? Are politics with that stadium and just being able to sell tickets into the future are at play? Who knows?
I want him to go.
So it's like, what we doing, fam? Like, I get it.
This is the worst part about it. He has been there. He's played well. Godly, bro. Like, they act like nobody has had ups and downs in the season.
Has he been even sitting on the bench?
Yeah, he's been sitting on the bench.
He's been sitting on the bench?
Bro, they have said, Draymond has said multiple times that Kuminga has been great. Came in, got his work, been into the game on the sideline, has been over there pouting this shit, been encouraging teammates and all this other shit. I'm telling you, bro, this situation is Yeah, kind of hate to see it go out like this for the Warriors because they've been so great for so long. But I personally feel like that was a nail in the coffin. There's no recovery from here unless I think Steph said something in the offseason. There's definitely nothing happening now. But like there's a true conversation in the offseason of moving forward with Steph Curry. I said there's a conversation.
What you saying?
I said there's a conversation.
Curry give me like Dirk vibes. He ain't going nowhere. Super loyal to the team.
Facts. He ain't going nowhere. His fallout with Under Armour is interesting because it goes to show you could have a multi-million-dollar company and just a player as relevant as Stephen Curry winning championships, revolutionizing the game, and it's still hard to build a brand within that. So Stephen Curry, it's going to be hard for him to just leave all that brand equity that he has as being known as a Warrior and just go somewhere else and be in a, let's just say, Charlotte Hornets jersey. It just doesn't make any sense.
I'm at, how old is Steph? 34, however old he is.
You think he has 4 or 5 more years of just playing?
Yeah, he's going to rock out. He'll rock out.
What if Dre leave?
Fuck it. He's still going to rock out. He's going to be the last soldier to rock out, bro. Yeah.
Guys, he got 2 or 3 more years.
2, 3? Max.
Might be less than that because he got to do so much now.
Yep, this season, Stephen Curry is going to have to work overtime just for this team to even make the play-in. And the Warriors, as we stand right now, are just a few hundreds of thousands of dollars below the second apron. So right now they're into the first apron of the luxury tax. They have small limitations of what they could do, but if they do end up waiving Jimmy Butler, that will put them into the second apron, and they're going to be super limited on what type of free agents they could pick up, what kind of trades they could make. They're basically going to be handicapped, especially with Stephen Curry's salary still on the books. Matter of fact, let's just say Jimmy Butler never got hurt, and then Jonathan Kuminga was meshing well with the team, and they try to re-sign him. They're still going to go over the second apron. That's how tight this window is. Yeah, it's going to be tough. This overall NBA landscape, just the way they designed the league, you're going to have to let go of someone. And right now, it's looking like Draymond or Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, it's over.
If they don't get nobody else to come over there and play to help this man, you got to let Steph Curry go.
They don't
somewhere else so he can play his last 2 years.
No.
That's another conundrum right there. They can't even trade Stephen Curry like that at his $62 million salary, especially with them already being into the first apron of the luxury tax. They're going to have to trade salary for salary. Let's say a player like Karl Anthony Towns was making close to 60. Or hypothetically, it could be Stephen Curry for Giannis. That's just how the NBA is set up today. Not only is it hard to trade for a star, but it's hard to just even get rid of salary. Just look at the situations of Anthony Davis in Dallas, Trae Young in Atlanta, just the way the Hawks got rid of him as a salary dump, and also Ja Morant. Hell, you can even toss LaMelo Ball in this situation. Those type of contracts are not going to be easy to get rid of.
So he can play his last 2 years.
No, he's not.
Then who, bro? He's going to have to do so much.
Listen how fucked up they made this. Their asset that people would want if he was playing well was that man right there. So you're not playing him. You killed his stock. Mm-hmm. You can't even get nobody good for him.
Theo's cooking right here. Why hasn't Steve Kerr put Kuminga in a position where he could at least show his value, even if he's not a good fit? Just show his value so you could trade him away at the deadline. More than likely is because Steve Kerr does not know how to use a player like Kuminga, that same archetype as Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Shout out to the Olympics. It exposed a lot.
You did it to yourselves.
He ain't lying, Charlie. He ain't lying.
You did it to yourself. The one person that people are like, man, Jonathan Kuminga can really help us. Even if he put together let's say he put together a good 2 weeks right now. Up to this point, Jimmy hurt himself. You could get something good for him, but you fucked him. No diddy.
No diddy.
No baby oil.
No baby oil.
Oh my God.
They did him dirty.
Raw diggity.
I'm going to go ahead and pause them on that. But yeah, definitely no Diddy. And for the Golden State Warriors, this is a brand new dynamic here that we're going to see a team that kind of has a high payroll begin to sort of pivot out and just ride off into the sunset, because the NBA is not really set up for a team like this to keep making different additions. They just got Jimmy Butler last season, and really he was the insurance policy of this team. If it doesn't work out, they're pretty much asked out, already being too into the luxury tax.